we are going to start with Vicario yesterday. I gave him a 5. Brian gave him a 4. The fan rating is 4.1. So we'll agree with you, Brian. The fans are on board with your analysis.
1-0 me.
You're one man of the people.
I wouldn't say that. I'm man of some people.
Yeah, he actually didn't make a save yesterday. He conceded every shot on target. So maybe you've got something to say. And also, there was a couple of moments kicking out the back, straight out play. Do you blame any of the goals on him yesterday? Should he have done better with Semenyo's?
See, I mean, first of all, his kicking is atrocious.
Yeah.
I literally could get my 5-year-old... Oh, no, she'll be 6 next month. My 6-year-old niece. And she will have better distribution than Vicario. Look, it's the long-range shot. Look, we'll get onto it with the defending of it. But it seems to be a positioning thing or whatever. And like you said, didn't save a shot on target. So normally, if they have an average game, it's obviously a 5.
And how many times now from range he's conceding goals?
There's some of them. Look, there's some of them. Like for example, I was saying when we were doing the watch along, the Sunderland equaliser, you could have had him and Kinski in goal, and they wouldn't have saved it. All right, it was just inside the area, but is it positional with him? Because it's always that far post, isn't it? Like it was with Brighton when it was the cut. They're just They're just... Oh, don't remind me about Forest. I have PTSD.
PSG, he got a couple of those goals.
Stop the madness. But obviously this is an issue. We're going to come on to it. The defending is atrocious for the long ranges and allowing the players to have the space to do it. But his position has got to be better. And like I said, his distribution... I used to have heart attacks with Lloris. It's worse with... Obviously, we had Lloris to deal with longer, but his poor kicking and then shouting at people when he kicks out enough. It's definitely a 4.
Yeah, distribution poor. I mean, the third goal, maybe he could have done better. Maybe. So people say the second goal, he was on the floor. Why was he on the floor?
Yep.
So another not a good day for Vic. Yeah, maybe I was a bit too lenient on him. Next one, Micky van der Ven. Both gave him 6s. The fan rating is 6.3, I can see here, so very much in line with what we think. Yeah, I think he had a pretty decent game. I didn't have too many complaints. I thought Evan Nilsson was getting in behind him a few too many times, and obviously he had that amazing run, which led to a penalty which was overturned. Yep. What did you think of that? Right decision?
Right decision.
I thought he was clipped by Brooks behind.
He may have had a little clip, but do you know what? The sad thing was he would have got booked. He didn't dive.
No.
He didn't dive. It wasn't a penalty. And I will say, look, I can't stand... There's a lot of people saying Van der Ven was trying to cheat and Van der Ven was diving. I don't think it was a dive. I think there was some form of contact. But the main thing they were looking at was obviously that last bit of the tackle. I do believe it was...
that wasn't a foul, but I actually think Brooks slides in from behind. I actually think he makes contact, which I think is a foul. And then it takes Van der Ven off his stride, and then it leads him going into the Bournemouth player, which I don't think was a foul, but I think the initial one was, and that should have been considered, in my opinion.
You may have a point there, but I still think VAR got that one right. This man, obviously, forget what happened after the pitch. This is all about the match. In a time where we needed, like we've been talking about before, about the lack of attacking creativity in the plan, this man will just pick up the ball and just drive. It's like, why am I bothering with you guys in midfield or long ball? I'm just doing it myself. I shudder to think where we would be right now if it hadn't been for him all season.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, people will say that Frank's regressed a lot of players and no one's really improved. Well, Micky van der Ven has. Micky van der Ven has, for whatever reason. Obviously, staying fit is a massive part of it. And I thought he had a good game yesterday.
Yeah, I think he was pretty good. I think some of the defending for the goals of the second goal wasn't fantastic, which is why he got a 6. But that run was phenomenal. And he scored as well, which was a phenomenal save by Petrovic.
Yeah, that was a fantastic save.
Fantastic save, and he was really unlucky with that one. So he's unlucky to, I thought, have the penalty overturned and for the shot. But defensively, wasn't fantastic. Next up, Cristian Romero. I gave him a 5. Brian gave him a 6. The fan rating, 5.9. So 1.1 off the fans there, Brian. Very mixed game for Kuti, because I thought going forward he was phenomenal. He was like incredible. He won 12 out of 13 aerial duels. He literally won every header, and a lot of them were from corners. Every corner we put to him, he was winning. He was getting the first contact. He was really unlucky not to get an assist for that Van de Ven one. He had a couple of efforts that nearly scored from. He was basically causing havoc in their penalty box. So from that point of view, really, really great. Defensively, though, was really bad. Like, it wasn't like a general bad performance, but there were just moments which he let himself down. The first goal gets beaten by Evan Nilsson for the header. Second goal, kind of in court napping, I think. Third goal, just not closing down Semenyo when he's got a long-range shot lining up in the last minute. He's not running full pelt to close him down. And so from those things, you're like, come on, man. You're a leader. You should be doing all these things. But then on the other side, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. He was amazing. Like, it would have been a 9 or a 10 when it comes to that attacking side. So I gave him a 5 in the end, because you can't be responsible for the goals he was responsible for and give a good rating. But I think it has to be acknowledged that he was very good in the other side as well.
That's why he's got the 6 from me. I cannot. You've literally just stolen what I was going to say. Literally agreed with you, especially the third goal. The third goal, if you watch back, I mean, I'm sure everyone has, and you have.
Gone up to a 6. Someone
just
must have voted.
Just the defending aspect of it, especially that last goal, they just sit back. They sit back and just let it happen, and they can see it happening. But the only reason I've given him that extra point was of everything he was doing up the other end, because he is always committed and trying. We saw it at Newcastle. But the defensive part of it was not the best day at the office for him.
No, it's fair to say. Was he get an extra point for the statement, or a point taken away?
If I had to give him a point, I would round it up to a 7 for that.
Round up to 7.
What would you do? Would you take it down?
Give him a point. All right, next up, Pedro Porro. I gave him a 5. Brian gives him a 4. The fan rating is 4.3.
Mate, I'm on. Listen,
Brian, you're in tune with the We Are Tottenham TV community.
Yes, come on, We Are Tottenham TV.
Yeah, poor day. It was a poor day for him. I thought some of his deliveries were good. Again, some of his crosses were good. But again, there are sometimes it just hits the first man or goes too long. Interesting to see, though, Tel was preferred over him in set pieces, crosses. And to be fair, I thought, we'll get into Tel, but I thought his delivery was great. Porro, yeah. Semenyo as well had the beating of him. Obviously, on his side, he scored. I think a general problem with him is he's being overplayed, and I think it's leading to this inconsistency where one game he's good, one game he's bad, so he just can't keep up that freshness. He needs a break every so often, he's just not getting it. But yeah, it wasn't a great day for him.
I was an awful day for him, and what I've got to say about him is, like I said, this is, I would say wholeheartedly that a lot of Porro's poor performances have been because of his non-stop playing, and he's just overplayed more than anyone else. It got to the point yesterday, attack-wise, when he was forward and it looked like he was about to... Normally, when Porro's got the ball, he's about to whip across it. I'm damn excited. I'm thinking, right, this is going to be a nice little ball or a great ball for a striker to get onto and hopefully a goal. Now I'm just like, Porro's got the ball. And then defensively, for one of the goals, he was covering Spence at left back and didn't even try and close the person down. Like you said, Semenyo's goal was on his side, and the first goal, he's nowhere near the cross. It was just a comedy of errors, but I am putting all of this with Porro just down to... Thankfully, he's reliable for us in fitness-wise, but it's causing a problem because they just don't give him a rest. His reliability is actually causing him issues, and he needs to have a rest. But they can't rest him. So he has not been good.
Next up, we have Djed Spence. We both gave him 5. The fan rating is 5.7. 5.6 now. It's just been changed. So, yeah, I think he's had an average game. I think he carried the ball well a few times. did he? I think he helped support Tel more than Davis did. So I think that's what led to Tel being even a bit better in this game than he was against Sunderland, which he was pretty good. Defensively, was okay, but I say that Tavernier's both his crosses coming from his side. I have to watch it back again to see if it was more him or not. But I didn't think he had a particularly great game, although he did wriggle out of a couple of bad situations. But there was also one moment I think that led to the goal that he just gave the ball away, didn't he? In the middle of the park when he's carrying the ball, and it led to Brooks getting forward, and Semenyo obviously ended up with the shot. So. That sloppy play really cost us at the end. Yeah,
I mean, he gives the ball away a lot in games. He really, really does. Whether it's because of a sloppy pass or he just tries to do too much. Sometimes when he's going full pelt down the left wing, he's unstoppable. But there are times where he just runs into dead ends. Defensively was not good from him. Defensively really wasn't. But again, he's kept trying to go forward, but he's given the ball away too often.
Next up, Rodrigo Bentancur. I gave him a 3. Brian gives him a 4. The fan rating is 4.8. So more in line with you. I thought he had a shocker. I thought he was horrific. He was given. There was some moments. There was one moment, particularly in the first half, where he gets the ball, carries it forward. The pitch opens up. He's got Bergvall completely free to his right, like in acres of space. He then goes to his left, where there's players marked, and gives the ball away when there was an open pass there. And he was doing that kind of stuff constantly, especially in the first half. I thought he was terrible. I thought he should have been taken off at half time. He was that bad. He did improve in the second half, but it was a really shocking performance, and it's a theme with Bentancur. He will just have a good game, then a shocker, then a good game, then a shocker, and this one was one of his bad ones.
The only reason I gave him the extra point was for he got better in the second half and obviously went off injured. So, had that. But I think you're being too kind with Bentancur saying good game, shit game, good game. It's like good game, shit game, good game, shit game, good game.
Right.
Look, when I've said this a lot on here, and when he is on it, and the greatest things he has is his anticipation, his reading the game, and driving the ball forward. When you take those away from him, he's not good enough. And there are too many games. Whether, again, he's been overplayed.
Yeah,
but this has been a consistent thing with him.
Of our 30 games.
It was a consistent thing.
32.
If he... They are his key issue, his key attributes, and when they're not working, there's nothing else. So, injured now. Excuse me. We'll see what this brings in now, because thankfully the next person we're talking about will be starting more games, thank God.
The next one is Joao Palhinha. I gave him an 8. Brian gives him a 7. 7.1 for the fan rating, Brian. On fire. I thought he was great, actually. I thought it was a really strong performance from Joao Palhinha. Much better than he's been when he's played in recent weeks. And in fact, he was doing a lot better on the ball, I felt. Like he was having good turns, good pirouettes. I wouldn't say his passing game was particularly strong, but he was so strong in the challenge. He was making sure we're very competitive in that middle of the park. He was dominating, especially in that second half, just allowing us to pen them in at times. And obviously scored a phenomenal goal.
What a goal.
Fourth overhead kick of the season for Tottenham, second for him. Which is mad how he has 2 overhead kicks for us. But what a goal. What a goal out of nothing from the corner. Just sat up for him nicely. He went for it, and it was a brilliant finish. And timely reminder of what he's capable of, I think, because he's kind of been out the team and out of sorts recently.
Yeah, well, the good thing is now he'll be back in. An exceptional goal. And you think about a player like him, you wouldn't think had the speed of thought to pull it off or even think about it, which he did. He sets the tone, like you know what you're going to get from him. You know whether he's having a good game, a bad game, whatever. You know Palhinha will put a shift in. No one will be allowed time on the ball, and he's still one of the. Is he still the highest tackler in the Premier League?
Yeah,
and he hasn't even played the last God knows how many games. So you know what you're going to get with him, and I'm happy to see that. Hopefully, he'll be starting more games because I think he can change things.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to need him a lot in the next upcoming games. Next up, Lucas Bergvall. I gave him a 7. Brian gives him a 6. 6.1 is the fan rating.
Mate.
Brian Daigle, are you doing these fan ratings? Did you do?
Nope, I did. I actually did. Mate, I didn't. Do you think I have time? Do you think I have time to do that?
I thought he was all right on the right hand side. Actually, I thought he was. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought he did a pretty good job before he went off injured. I thought he was. Actually helping Nick the play together. Had a couple of nice attempts as well, which one of them was quite close to scoring from. I thought he was looking game. He wasn't like, he didn't play like a winger. He kind of played like a tucked inside number 10, more like winger, which was just what you expect. But I thought he would look bright, and I thought he had a solid game before he went off.
He tried to make things happen. I think Bergvall's decision making is sometimes not the correct. And that will come with age. That will come with age and consistency and playing regularly. We are asking him to play out of position. He did do a couple of good things. And one thing I will say, Bergvall, is he will always try and drive the ball forward. But it's what he does with the ball once he's got forward. And yeah, I couldn't give him a 7. When I look at the players I've given some 7s to, one being Van der Ven, another one we'll come on to. Do I think... Bergvall was there? No.
Okay. Next up, Xavi. We both gave him 6s. 6.2, the fan rating. I thought there were a couple of spells he looked really bright. At the beginning of the game, I thought he was actually linking really well with him. Tel Muani were doing some really good stuff, and he was earning free kicks, breezing past players, and looking really bright. He then started to be a bit loose and careless, gifting the ball away, stupid flicks, and giving the ball away back to Bournemouth, and he was kind of out the game for a bit. And then I thought he came and got a second wind. Like, after Richarlison came on, I thought he got a second wind and was starting doing some really good stuff. There was one moment he flicked the ball over a Bournemouth player's head and then played a beautiful, like, lobbed through ball to Richarlison, who kind of just screwed up the move. But that was some good play from him, and I thought he was looking really bright, but there was too many periods where he was just out the game and a bit on, and actually being bullied a bit. So some good stuff, but also some not so good stuff.
Again, exactly what I was going to say. Like I said, what I do want to see with him, especially with Kudus out, we all know that he is our main avenue for creativity. And games like this, you want him to stand up and demand the ball and get on the ball and try and take the game by the scruff of the neck. Obviously, he's been out for 3 games with his suspension. Got the assist. And hopefully now that he's back, he can grow into the role and show like he did against Brentford at home when he was fantastic. But yeah, like I said, he got bullied a bit. So agreed with you, the 6.
Next up, we have Mathys Tel. I gave him an 8. Brian gives him a 7. 7.6. So closer
to you for once.
I thought he was brilliant. I thought, by hands down, his best performance in the Tottenham shirt. I thought he was an absolute constant threat down that left-hand side, whether it be a brilliant goal he scored right at the start of the game, whether it be... He should have had a penalty. What did you think about that? I thought he should have had a penalty when he got brought down by Jimenez. I thought he drags him down. I didn't understand why VAR didn't look at that.
Because it's Tottenham.
I thought that was a penalty for me, and it didn't get any sort of commotion from anyone. I watched it back, and he literally drags him down when he's getting there. Tel was literally going to get round and get to the ball, and Jimenez just dragged him down. So I thought he was unlucky not to get a penalty. I thought for the majority of the game, he really had the beating of him, and he really struggled to contain him. I thought his hold-up play, his protection of the ball was so much better in this game. The goal he scored was really nice, by the way, taking on Hill and brilliant finish into the far corner, which we know he's capable of. I thought his delivery from corners was fantastic, absolutely on the money every single time, and we were really unlucky. Well, we got a goal from one of them from Palhinha, but he should have had more than one assist because his delivery was on point. He also had another great delivery where he crossed it. It was just before the goal, I think. He crossed it in, cuts inside from the left-hand side, crosses it into the back post, and it nearly causes an own goal, if you remember. And I think it led to the corner, which was a goal. If we have more performances like that, we're not going to be thinking about left winger as much, because he was absolutely fantastic, I thought.
Yeah, look, he came in and definitely showed why he wants to play there and get more game time. Joe, I don't think he did too bad against Sunderland either.
Yeah, I thought it was
I don't think he did too bad against Sunderland either. Since the Manchester United game, when he came on and had that impact, when he has come on, he has done bits. And I was delighted to see him get the goal. You're completely right with his delivery. Completely spot on with the delivery. He has got a very, very good corner on him. And like you said, he should have had more. But this is something where you can say, OK, now let's see him kick on and do something. That's if we go and send him on loan probably now.
No, we better not. We've got to be so stupid
but
to do that.
Look, we've all said about the left wing. Let's just hope Frank, or whoever will be in charge, God knows what happens here, will stick with him. Not saying he's the answer or the solution and we don't need a left winger, but that kind of performance certainly warrants, and the back of the Sunderland warrants, him starting against Villa.
Yeah, for sure. He needs a run of games. I think he's starting to hopefully come into his own now, and I was so impressed with him in this game. I thought he was fantastic. Apart from when he does a little bit when he started to tire, but it's understandable given how many minutes he's played. Next up, Randal, Kolo, Muani. I gave him a 3. Brian gives him a 2. 3.6 was the fan rating. I thought he was woeful. Absolutely woeful. He's just anonymous throughout the whole game. I thought there was a period where Bergvall, Xavi, Tel were all doing good stuff, and he was just not on the same wavelength. Was chosen over Richarlison, and I thought was completely anonymous. Just had a really bad game, like not doing anything to help hold up the ball or support the team. Just seemed a bit disinterested.
Randal, no goalie, Muani. We've wanted to see him at striker. People have said from other clubs, don't play him on the wing, play him as a striker. We play him as a striker, and he offers absolutely nothing. Nothing. You could see, look at Evan Nielsen for Bournemouth. Always getting on the ball, always trying to do something, always trying to make space, always trying to have an impact. It's like he doesn't want the football. I think, honestly, it goes to show where we're at right now when we've got Richarlison on the bench and we were wishing he started because he's the one getting the goals. But he scored his last goal in a sub appearance against Liverpool. Then he had 3 starts and couldn't score. So the way to solve it is put a player we've been playing on the left wing on the bench up front who wants to be a centre forward. He gets his chance. And unlike Tel, he does absolutely nothing. Whether that's the style of football we're playing at, and we can't get the ball to him, but he offers nothing. And I was being very, very generous with that too.
Yeah.
Very generous.
Maybe I was being generous with 3 because I thought he was shocking and rightfully taken off. Next up, Wilson Odobert. I gave him a 5. Brian gave him a 6. 5.3 was the fan rating. Came on, playing on the right-hand side, putting a few crosses in, looked a bit bright, but ultimately didn't really have the cutting edge.
That's it. The only reason I gave him the extra point is he came on. I always do when the subs come on their 5s, depending on their time they've got, and he did try to make things happen. They didn't come off, but at least he came on and showed some intent and tried to drive. He had a couple of opportunities. His decision making just at the end, like he's afraid to take the shot. He always wants that extra touch. He's got to kick that out of his game. But I think he came on and he did try to make things happen. Just unfortunately, none of them came off.
And Richarlison, we both gave him 6s. The fan rating was 5.5 actually, so they thought he was a bit worse than we did. Yeah, I thought he came on and made an impact. Obviously, I think that it ultimately comes down to that massive chance he had, which he hits the post, which he has to score that, doesn't he? It is at 2-1. So would have made it 2-2 a bit earlier. That was a massive chance. That was a big chance he had to score. There was another moment where Xavi plays a nice through ball, lobbed kind of ball to him, and he kind of gets caught ball juggling as opposed to just getting the shot off, and that was a bit frustrating. But I actually thought he came on, just caused some chaos, shake things up a bit, and it made Bournemouth kind of panic a bit.
He did. That's the reason I gave him a 6, because even the commentary team said it. They said Spurs' attack have looked completely different. Yeah, when Richarlison come on, we stepped up. Like you said, Xavi got a second wind because there was someone there that they knew they could score goals. And he had a couple of opportunities, and like I said, he did his dallies on the ball a little bit too much sometimes. But he definitely came on. And as I was saying before, with Bournemouth striker, they're always trying.
Mm-hmm.
They're always being a nuisance. And he came on and did have an impact, just unfortunately not to be on the score sheet.
And lastly, Thomas Frank. I gave him a 5. Brian gives him a 4. Obviously, on the end of a 3-2 defeat in this game. What do I think? I think in terms of how he managed the game, I think we came out the traps quite well. We then did lose control of the game, like quite quickly in that first half, and started becoming our passive selves, like we've seen this happen this season. I think for the opening 20 minutes of the second half as well was a bit of a dead game. We weren't doing much, they weren't doing much, albeit we were controlling possession, but we weren't really hurting them. He then obviously forced into some changes with Bergvall and Bentancur going off. But I actually think the changes improved us. I thought Richarlison coming on improved us. I thought we got the goal. Obviously, I thought the goal was deserved when we did. We had the penalty, we had the post. We were on top of them. And then at 2-2, it looked like we were the ones in the ascendancy and going to go on to win the game. But unfortunately, I thought they got a second wind in stoppage time. They made a couple. I think they made a couple of subs. When did they make? I think it was literally just before stoppage time. They make a couple of subs, and I think that really swung it in their favour. They got that little bit of energy, that little bit of boost. And actually, in stoppage time, they were the ones ending the better, unfortunately. And we struggled to kind of deal with them. And they end up getting that late winner from a goal we've seen 100 times this season, one of those late goals. So, yeah, they made 2 subs in the 87th, 1 in the 90th, and I think that really helped them, actually, at that point. So, obviously, we didn't adapt to that. I thought it was one of our better displays this season, but we has lost to a team that are winless in 11 games, so it's hard to praise a better performance when we end up on a defeat to a team that hasn't won in 11. So I understand Bournemouth's not an easy place to go, but I'm not saying we have to win there, but we lost. That's the key thing. So have to mark him down for that.
Yeah, no, listen, it was better creating chances wise, and there was that stat in the second half that we'd created 9 chances, Bournemouth haven't created any, and that shows some kind of improvement, whoever the opposition is. But it's the same defensive issues that are causing it. And after they made their subs, they should have known there was going to be a second winner. It should have been like, right, keep on your men, keep it tight, don't give them anything, don't give them space. And the same thing repeated itself. And like I said, we've now had Bournemouth do the double over us. The double. It just was another bad day at the office.
Absolutely. Well, that is your player ratings. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on our ratings. And, well, we had the fan ratings as well, which a nice addition. And Brian seemed to concur a lot with them.